It's time for high school baseball on KDAO. Tonight's game is brought to you by CropRite, Creekside Grundy Center, GNB Bank, Ellsworth Community College, D&B Agro Systems. Now, high school baseball on KDAO.
And a very pleasant good evening to you on a most pleasant evening for high school baseball. I'm Chuck Carpenter coming to you from a lovely facility, Grundy Center tonight. It's a perfect night for high school baseball, and tonight, a little NICL action here. Of course, you know, in the old days, it used to be pods, but now it's kind of like the wild, wild west. So it's a wide open conference, and the Grundy Center boys trying to, keep track of their first place thing here. They're 7-1 in the conference, and Dike New Hartford, who's playing Gladbrook-Rhinebeck tonight, is 7-1. Those teams are playing on Thursday night, but you know, tonight for Grundy Center, it's all about the Denver Cyclones. And the Denver Cyclones coming to town tonight. They have a record of 4-8. They knocked off Gladbrook-Rhinebeck last night 7-0, but they threw their best pitcher, Lincoln Rothler. So Lincoln, who's a very good pitcher, is not going to pitch tonight. So we'll see what their second pitcher has. And the pitcher tonight for them will be Ryan Dietz. And for Grundy Center, if you were thinking Judd Jarofsky is going to throw, no. Instead, Braden Davey is going to throw. And Grundy Center is 8-1. One loss, and that was to HEWSR. A little bit of an upset last week. Hey, let's meet the starting lineups for the Denver Cyclones. They were very good last year. They were 19-8, but they lost a lot of seniors, man. But they have some very, very good hitters led by Lincoln Rothler. He's going to lead off. He'll be the first baseman. Great pitcher, but you got to keep him off base, man. Cannon Beaumont is the catcher. Number 15, batting in the third spot is Ryan Dietz, 12 pitcher. He'll be the pitcher tonight. Ryan, not a lot of stats on him. He's their second pitcher. Batting in the cleanup spot is Jonathan Smeltzer, senior, the only senior in the lineup. Number 8, right fielder Braden Moyer is the second baseman. Sophomore, number 4. Batting in the sixth spot is Tyler Nuss. He's the center fielder. Number 2, he's the sophomore. Max Pagel is the freshman. He's the third baseman. These guys all have good speed too, man. And the designated hitter batting in the 8th spot is Jackson Hine. He'll bat for the left fielder, and that's Landon Bartlett. And then we've got Merrick Moyer, who's the shortstop, 20. So it's Rothler, Beaumont, Dietz, Smeltzer, Moyer, Nuss, Pagel, Bartlett, and Moyer. Let's meet the starting lineups for the Grundy Center boys. Off to a fine start this year, 8-1. Did have that bump in the road against HEWSR. Leading off, senior center fielder, Judd Jarofsky. He will not pitch tonight. They'll throw him a little later on this week. He's center fielder, senior Braden Davey. He'll be the pitcher tonight. Senior pitcher, number 2. Pete Lebo is the senior catcher, number 3. In the 4th spot is Ethan Meester, shortstop, junior, number 2. Number 5, and the 5th spot is Ryder Slifer, another senior, first baseman, number 19. Hayden Geerdes is the junior left fielder, batting in the 6th spot. Mason Tatey is the right fielder, freshman, number 10. Batting in the 8th spot is Asher Luderman, and he is going to be the designated hitter. Riggs Yoder is going to be the third baseman, and the second baseman is going to be Carson Lobby. So it's Jarofsky, Davey, Lebo, Meester, Slifer, Geerdes, Tatey, Luderman, Yoder, and, like I said, Lauber is going to be the second baseman, and he is not going to be hitting tonight. So, again, it's Grundy Center in Denver. The girls just ended, and Denver, a fine team, knocked off Grundy Center by a score of 8-2. So, they threw their best pitcher, Rothler, last night, so we'll see what Dietz has, and for Grundy Center, we'll see what Braden Davey has. And we are almost ready to go here with our baseball game. And like I said, in the conference, Grundy Center has a record of 7-1. And Dike New Hartford also has a record of 7-1. And they play on Thursday, but we can't worry about that just yet if you're Grundy Center, because a loss tonight, well, and they also play Wapsie Valley tomorrow night if the weather allows. West Fork, if the weather allows, and then we got the big game at Dike on Thursday. So, Grundy Center, we'll see what Braden Davey has. Of course, I usually see him in center field, but he's an excellent pitcher. Braden is a 2-0 record and 14 innings pitched, a 2.50 ERA. Now, he's not the strikeout sort that Judd Jarofsky is. He'll depend on good defense in order to make the plays behind him. Again, it's a perfect night for high school baseball. It's Grundy Center and Denver on KDAO. The Denver girls, a fine team, beat Grundy Center by a score of 8-2. Okay, leading off is going to be Lincoln Rothler. Now, you got to keep this kid off base. He's an excellent pitcher. He shut out Gladbrook-Rhinebeck last night. Tonight he's playing first base, and he has a home run, batting .323, and the first pitch went over his head. So, Lincoln Rothler, fine junior. He's also very, very quick, too, so just a good all-around athlete here for this Denver outfit. Batting .323 with a home run and 8 RBIs, and the next delivery is a swing and a foul back. So Pete Lebo gets the ball, zooms it back to Davey. 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors in the lineup for Grundy Center. And the 1-1 is a swing and a miss on a nasty pitch on the outside portion of the plate. So Davey gets the call tonight. Probably go to see Jarofsky somewhere along the line here this week. The Spartans have a game tomorrow night, and if the weather permits. And there's a little ground ball, backhanded. Actually, Davey picked it up, he boots it, and he throws it, and it's going to be an error. It was a little comebacker to the mound, but he had to bounce off the mound, and he kind of bobbled it for just a little bit. That was enough, and then he threw it away. And now, like I said, Rothler has excellent speed at first base. Now, the thing with Grundy Center, Lebo throws a lot of people out. So right away, we got a battle of wills there. Here's Cannon Beaumont, batting $156, and he's the catcher. He's the junior. So we'll see if Rothler wants to do any running. There's a bunt right back to Davey, who gets it, flips it for the out, so the sacrifice is good. So Lincoln Rothler got on base via an error. Had to give him an error on that one. It was a comebacker to Davey. He bounced off the mound, but he kind of bobbled it a little bit, then he threw it away. So ground ball to the second baseman. Now it's Ryan Dietz, a good hitter, .282 with 3 doubles, good speed. Rothler most likely would score on a base hit. He takes a big, big lead, and that's an outside corner strike called to Ryan Dietz, batting .282. He's the pitcher tonight. Smeltzer is in the on-deck circle. It's Grundy Center and Denver on a beautiful night for high school baseball. Grundy Center having to work around a leadoff error, missed outside. And again, you don't want to get too cute with Lebo, the catcher, because he'll throw you out, man. 2-0 is the count. Davey behind, tried to go inside and missed. Like I said, if the weather allows, they have to go to West Fork Wednesday. Then they have a big game with Dike New Hartford. And, of course, Dike New Hartford, they're involved with Gladbrook-Rhinebeck tonight. Now we got a time call by the batter. So Rothler, he's a good table setter. He reached on an error. He's at second base with 1 out. Next pitch is a swing and a pop-up. And who wants it? That ball is trouble. That ball is going to be caught by the right fielder. He had to come in a long ways. The second baseman couldn't get it, and the first baseman couldn't get it. And Tady came out, the freshman, and got it. That was a tough play. That was a little looper. And it looked like trouble when it left the bat. And here's Smeltzer. Senior. He's the only senior in the lineup as Davey tries to get out of this inning. And there's a strike call. So Lincoln Rothler reached on an error. He's still at second base. Now with 2 out. And a 0-1 is headed home. And did it hit him? It hit him. So it hit him. And here comes Moyer. So he's number 4. And he's a sophomore. And Moyer batting .293, so he's a good hitter. So Davey looks back. That one missed upstairs. When you hit people and when you make errors, that just obviously increases the pitch count, and that's what baseball is really all about nowadays. Here comes the next delivery. He overthrew that one and threw it upstairs and high. Davey is 2-0 on the year. Next pitch, that missed inside. So he missed upstairs, outside, inside. Now he's 3-0, threatening to load the bases. And Tyler Nuss, another good hitter. The 6th place batter is in the on-deck circle. Runners lead from first and second. Next pitch. That's a strike called inside corner. So a little drama here for Grundy Center, Denver. They come in playing good baseball. They knocked off Gladbach-Rhinebeck last night by a score of 7-0. And the next pitch is the swing and a miss. They did that behind Rothler, their best pitcher, so we will not see him tonight. 3-2 is the count. Grundy Center trying to wriggle out of this inning. Swinging, there's a ground ball. And that's going to be backhanded in foul territory by the third baseman. So Yoder backhanded it, but it was in foul territory behind the base. And the runners return to first and second. If nothing else, Denver is making Davy throw a lot of pitches. And Grundy Center, they really don't want to get deep into their bullpen with games on Wednesday. And, of course, the big game with Dike New Hartford on Thursday. They're all big games. Here comes the 3-2. And swinging, there's a pop-up foul. So, again, a good at-bat here. Making the pitcher throw pitches. This is Braylon Moyer. Nuss is in the on-deck circle. Like I said, Rothler has really good speed. A base hit most likely would score him. And Davey looks back. Next pitch, that's a strike 3 called outside corner. So they had an opportunity here with first and second. And actually, a man on second base and one out and could not score. It'll be Jarofsky and Davey and Lebo. No score, bottom of the first inning coming up next for you on KDAO.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit CropRite.com.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball, NICL Baseball on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com. I'm Chuck Carpenter coming to you tonight. A beautiful night from Grundy Center, and we got a conference game here between Denver. They have a record of 4-8. They were a fine team last year. They won 19 ball games, but they graduated a lot of seniors. And like I said, they threw their best pitcher, Rothler, last night. So we'll see what this pitcher has tonight. And his name is Ryan Dietz. Only 13 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And, of course, Grundy Center's lineup is definitely a handful, kind of 1 through 9. But, of course, big key is to try to keep Jarofsky off base. That's easy to say on the radio, isn't it? It'll be the 3 seniors for Grundy Center in Judd Jarofsky and Braden Davey and Pete Lebo, if anybody gets on base, Ethan Meester. And Grundy Center would like to score some runs here. And that would help their pitcher and their defense. Davey threw actually quite a few pitches in that first inning. Got out of a jam. And here's Judd. You talk about a table setter. 591 with 10 RBIs and 3 doubles and 9 stolen bases. First one misses outside. This is Ryan Dietz. 13 innings pitched with a 5.38 ERA, 13 strikeouts, 3 walks. That's outside. You don't want to put Jarofsky on base. He'll be a threat to steal. He's almost an automatic double when he gets on base. Judd steps out. Judd steps in. 2-0 is the count. Here it is. And that's a strike call. Outside corner. Jarofsky, Davey, Lebo. If anybody gets on base, Beaster. It's a beautiful crowd on a beautiful night for high school baseball here on KDAO in Grundy Center. Next pitch, and there is a swing, and that ball is going to go over the left fielder's head, and it's going to go over the fence, and it's going to be a home run for Judd Jarofsky. They don't hit many home runs. I don't think they have any home runs. Well, now they have 1 home run, a leadoff home run. Judd gets the job done. It's 1-0. That's the first home run for Grundy Center this year. So Judd goes deep. It's 1-0. There's no wind. Well, there is actually the wind has really died down. So he just hit that thing out of the park. The first home run for Grundy Center this year, 1-0. Here's Braden Davey. Speaking of guys that you have to keep off base. And first pitch is a strike call. Davey with a .260 batting average. He's got a triple, got 4 stolen bases. So Jarofsky goes deep. It's 1-0, and there's a strike call. The first home run of the year hit by a Grundy Center Spartan. 1-0, 0-2, missed outside. Grundy Center's 8-1 Last game they had was AP Friday, so they've had a little bit of a rest. That score was 11-1. Ball gets away. And, of course, their loss was to HEWSR last week. And Denver is 4-8, coming off the win over Gladbach-Rhinebeck last night. So, 2-2 is the count on Davie, 1-0 Grundy Center. Swing, and there's a pop-up. Who wants it? Third baseman in foul territory behind the bag. Yes. So, a pop-up to the third baseman. Here comes Lebo. Pete batting .400. 8 RBIs. 4 good seniors in the lineup here for Grundy Center. Nobody on base, 1-0. Jarofsky with a leadoff home run. Swing and a miss, nice change. Lebo, senior catcher. Meester in the on-deck circle. Swing, and there's a pop-up. The catcher's going to chase it. He's going to run out of room. Denver's brought a lot of people. Grundy Center's brought a lot of people. Now, the girls' game was early tonight. Denver's a fine, fine team as they beat Grundy Center by a score of 8-2. Pete steps back in. Next delivery is popped up. A good at bat here for Lebo, making the pitcher throw pitches. This is Ryan Dietz. They can't bring back Rothler. Grundy Center really is not interested in bringing Jarofsky in tonight. 0-2 is the count. Oh, he overthrew that one and almost hit him. 1-2. Pete's got good speed if he gets on base. Meester on deck circle. As the crowd looks on, Jarofsky has hit a home run. It's 1-0 Grundy Center, and that's in the dirt, low. Again, Pete's a threat to steal if he gets on base. 2-2 the count. And next pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul. We'll do it again. He has 13 strikeouts. We're talking about Dietz, and 3 walks. So 2-2 is the count. And that missed inside. Lebo steps back in with the 3-2. Here it is. Swing and a pop-up. Foul. So again, a good at bat by Lebo, making the pitcher throw pitches. Like I said, they've already thrown their number one Rothler last night. This team is off until Thursday. And it's all about trying to get into the bullpen. 3-2. Swing, and there's a hot smash to the first baseman who gets it, steps on the base. Good play by the first baseman. It was a hot smash, and Rothler, who just does everything well, fielded it. Tough play, made it look easy. Here's Meester with 2 out now. Ethan, shortstop, junior, good hitter. They're all good hitters, pretty much 1 through 9 in this Grundy Center lineup. Meester, we're batting .400. Strike call. We're in the bottom of the first. Grundy Center is struck with a leadoff home run by Jarofsky. You talk about a table setter. 0-1. Jet just missed the inside corner. The Cyclones put 2 people on base in the first, but could not score as Davie wriggled out of that jam. That's a strike call. After the home run by Jarofsky, pop-up to the third baseman and a ground ball to the first baseman. And the 1-2, swing and a chopper. And it goes by the third baseman, goes by the shortstop. I don't know if he would have, anybody would have fielded that cleanly. I don't think they would have thrown him out. It was a chopper. It was deep behind third base. Third baseman couldn't get to it. The shortstop finally got to it, but you know what? We're going to give Meester an infield hit. And here's Ryder Schleifer. Speaking of good seniors. Meester has to dive back. So a 2-out single by Meester. Ryder Schleifer. Geerdes on deck. 1-0 Grundy Center. Swing and a miss. Good change. Kind of a long first inning. Meester takes his lead. 0-1 is the count. Next pitch, here it is. Swinging, there's a hot smash to the third baseman. Good play, long throw, out. Good play. It was a hot smash, and Pagel made a nice play. Ground ball to the third baseman. Spartans score a run. They lead 1-0. Inning number 2 coming up next for you on KDAO.
Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their 3rd consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back to Grundy Center, Central Iowa High School Baseball. Denver's going to start off the second inning here. Grundy Center has a 1-0 lead. Judd Jarofsky hit a leadoff home run for Grundy Center in the first inning. Now we go to the top of the second inning. Davey on the mound. First pitch is lifted to left field, and that's going to go over the left fielder's head. Okay, good hit for Tyler Nuss. Tyler's on his way to second base. That ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying and went over Gerdes' head. So there you go. That's the first base hit of the night. So we got a leadoff double here by Nuss. This is Max Pagel batting 200. So Nuss, Pagel, and Hine, if anybody gets on base, Moyer, the 9th place hitter. So a good piece of hitting, Nuss. I mean, he just took that ball and he just whacked it over the left fielder's head, and it just kept carrying and carrying. And he ends up at second base with a double, man. And here's Pagel batting 200. He's a freshman. Doesn't show any signs he wants to do any bunting. Takes a strike call in the outside corner. Davey, usually I see him in center field. Pitching tonight, 0-1 is the count. Gave up a leadoff double. There's a swing and a miss and a nice change. Davey got into some trouble in the first inning. Had a runner on at second and 1 out. They later had runners on at first and second, but could not score. He threw quite a few pitches, so he'd like to cut that down. And look back. Next pitch, Pagel. Little ground ball out in front of the plate. Lebo gets it. They're going to call it a foul ball. Lebo flips it back to Davey, who goes back up on top. And Pagel, Max, goes back and picks up his stick, and he gets back in. And Jackson Hine is in the on-deck circle. And the runner takes his lead from second base. That's Nuss with a leadoff double. Strike 3 called. So, trying to figure out if Braden Davey is a strikeout sort. In 15 innings, he struck out 16 people. There's a strike called. Of course, the first time I saw Grundy Center play, I think Davey did throw against Marshalltown a few weeks ago. So the tying run is on its second. Now they're going to go back to second base. He could be out. Yes, he is. Davey with a good move. And, of course, your shortstop, Meester, was right there. So picked him off second. Out. That takes care of the leadoff double. And next pitch is a swing and a miss. Jackson Hine batting 250, the freshman. The designated hitter for Bartlett, the left fielder. So, 2 out now. Leadoff double has been erased, and there's a swing and a miss. So Davey gave off the leadoff double, but then got tough and struck out 2 in a row and cut down his pitch count, so that was all good. We go to the bottom of the second. Jarofsky has a home run. Grundy Center has out-hit this team 2-1, and the Spartans lead by a score of 1-0, and I'll be back after this on KDAO.
Are you ready to make the most of your college experience? Look no further than Ellsworth Community College in Iowa Falls, Iowa. At Ellsworth, we offer a world of possibilities with 55 different academic programs to choose from. We also offer 8 NJCAA athletic programs and 2 club programs so you can get involved in the sport you love and be part of a winning team. Ellsworth Community College is where you can experience a 4-year education in just 2 years. Ready to take the first step? Visit us online at ellsworthcollege.com for more information or give us a call at 641-648-4611. Experience Ellsworth today.
Welcome back, Central Iowa High School Baseball. Beautiful night for high school baseball here on this Tuesday night, and an important game for Grundy Center. I mean, they're 7-1 in the conference, and Dyke New Hartford is 7-1 in the conference. And of course, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are looking at the big game at Dyke on Thursday, but I mean, that doesn't mean much if the Spartans lose tonight. Now, they do go to West Fort tomorrow night if the weather allows. Now, speaking of Dyke New Hartford, they knocked off East Marshall, I believe, last night by a score of 9-2, and they take it on Gladbrook-Rhinebeck tonight. Gladbrook-Rhinebeck lost to this Denver team last night when Rothler was on the mound. So, and as much as coaches don't want to admit it, they probably are looking ahead with this pitch count thing stuff. Okay, here's Geerdes. Strike call for Grundy Center. 6, 7, and 8. Geerdes, Tatey, Luderman, half swing, held up. Geerdes batting .292. He hits one up the middle. That's going to be fielded by the second baseman, way behind second base, and he beats it out. Second baseman did a good job getting to it, but I mean, he was like way behind second base. He was darn near in the outfield. So a little leadoff single. It's typical. I mean, I know Jarofsky hit the home run, but for the most part, what do they call that? Gritty, not pretty. So that was a little base hit up the middle. Second infield hit of the night, as a matter of fact. And Geerdes is a threat to run. Here's Tatey. You think he's going to bunt? Throw over to first base. Gets back in time. Mason is he's a freshman, batting .273. Good hitter. Geerdes with good speed on at first base. And he takes his lead. And he gets chased back. Grundy Center has 3 base hits. Haven't played since Friday, you know, when they knocked off AP 11-1. The leadoff single by Geerdes. And again, they chase him back. Tatey, Luderman is in the on-deck circle. Next pitch, runner is going. He got a great jump, and then the catcher dropped the ball. It wouldn't have mattered because Geerdes got a really, really good jump. And he's got good speed. A base hit most likely would score him. See what Tatey can do. Batting .273 as the big crowd looks on. Denver's brought a bunch. And, of course, you know Grundy Center's brought a bunch of people at home. And a look back at Geerdes at second. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper. Goes over the third baseman's head. Geerdes has to hold at third. Again, this is definitely not pretty. It's just gritty. Just an infield single, and then a chopper that went over the third baseman's head. So now Grundy Center's in a good position. They got first and third and nobody out. And here's Luderman, batting .389. He's a good stick. He's just an 8th grader. Riggs Yoder would bat next. Do you think the runner's going to do any running off first base? Also, Grundy Center, they're capable of a double steal. They throw over to first base, not in time, so they have to be very careful with that. They don't want to throw the ball away. Geerdes with an infield single. Stole the base. Then we had a bouncing ball over the third baseman's head. And the runner is going, and the catcher dropped the ball. So now we got second and third, and nobody out. And if you're Grundy Center, you do not want to leave these guys on base here. Next pitch is a pop-up. If you're Denver tuning in, you could use the pop-up or the strikeout or the ground ball back to the third baseman. So let's see what Luderman can do. Asher, 8th grader, batting .389. Yoder's in the on-deck circle. We got second and third, and there's nobody out. Base hit most likely would score 2. Denver wants a pop-up or the strikeout or the ground ball back to the pitcher. High. And again, they made this pitcher throw a lot of pitches. They can't bring Rothler in anymore. You know, he pitched last night, so he's done. 2-1 is the count. Runners take their lead. That's in the dirt. Good play by the catcher. So Geerdes with a little infield single by the second base bag. Then Tatey hit a little ground ball over the third baseman's head that nobody could get to. Next pitch missed upstairs. That's a walk. So now the bases are loaded. So here's Riggs Yoder. A lot of things to get that run home. And then you got Jarofsky lurking in the on-deck circle. So Denver and Dietz have got themselves in trouble here in the bottom of the second inning with the bases full of Spartans and nobody out. Next pitch. High. 2 infield singles and a walk. Riggs Yoder. I'm sorry, Lobby is hitting. In my original lineup, it was supposed to be Yoder, but you're right. Carson's hitting. So, and he's batting .222. Jarofsky is in the on-deck circle, so there's no place to put this guy. 1-0 the count. And like I said, Dietz has thrown quite a few pitches here in the first 2 innings. He's got the bases loaded and nobody out, 2 infield singles and a walk. And the next pitch to Lobby with Jarofsky in the on-deck circle. And here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, nice change. Denver could use the pop-up. Strikeout. Maybe a ground ball to the third baseman. Little comebacker to the pitcher. 1-1 is the count. Swing, and there's a base hit in the left field. That may score 2. Here comes the throw home. Not in time. So that's the 5th base hit of the night. Lobby with a 2-run single. And now it's 3-0. Here's Jarofsky. Now, you know what he did last time. And here comes the coach for Denver. We're going to step away. I'll be back right after this.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard. D&B Agro-Systems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agro-Systems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
You are listening to Central Iowa High School Baseball, Grundy Center Baseball on KDAO Radio. You're watching this game on KDAO.com as Dietz got himself in trouble in this inning. 2 little infield singles and then a walk. And then Lobby came in, the 9th place hitter, and he hit a hot smash into left field that plated 2. So now Grundy Center's got runners on at first and second. The dangerous Jarofsky, who already has a home run. You can't walk him because you got Davey in the on-deck circle. It's a tough order, and especially this top of the order. Swing, and there's a smash. Third baseman gets it. Going to go to second, out, and they go to first, safe. So that third baseman's been making some good plays here for Denver. Took a base hit away. That's Pagel. So a ground ball to the third baseman. Now, you know darn well what Jarofsky's going to do off first base. And they may just let him have it so they don't try the double steal thing. And here's Braden Davey. Braden popped up to the third baseman his first time up. Runner on at third. Jarofsky's over at first. He takes off. They do throw down there. And that ball goes into center field. And here comes the run to score. I thought maybe they would just let him have the run or let him have the stolen base. The catcher threw down. It zoomed into center field, and an easy run scores. So a run scores on a throwing error. And, oh, by the way, Jarofsky's at second base with his good speed. That makes the score 4-0 Grundy Center. And this is Davey. And there's only one out. And Jarofsky takes a huge lead from second. Okay, second pitch is a base hit. Past the shortstop. Jarofsky is going to hold. Grundy Center they're just tattooing the ball right now. See, they started up, Jarofsky's home run obviously was not a little wimpy hit, but then they had like 3 infield hits in a row. Now they're really starting to hit the ball. That's 6 base hits. And, you know exactly what Davey's going to do off first base. Now, again, I wonder if they'll just let him have the base if he wants to steal the base. Because Grundy Center, they're a crazy team, so they could do double steal. Last time they tried to throw Jarofsky out at second base, it zoomed into center field. So Davy takes his lead. They got the right hitters up there. Here's Pete Lebo. And the pitcher steps off, and along with everything else, he's also thrown a lot of pitches. They threw their number one last night, so Grundy Center obviously wanted to get deep into their bullpen, throw over to first base, not in time. And, of course, with a 4-0 lead, if nothing else, if it's 4-0, that helps out your defense. That helps your pitcher a little bit if you're Grundy Center, but they're looking to get some more. Davy takes the lead. Batter waiting the first pitch. He goes. Swing, and there's a ground ball foul down the first base line. We'll do it again. So, all started with a little infield hit by Geerdes. Little infield hit by Tatey. Got a walk. Then Lobby with a hard 2-run single. Davy with a hard single. Here's Pete Lebo, 0-1. A lot of things to get that runner home from third base with only one out. Denver needs a pop-up or a strikeout. Here's Pete Lebo. Steps in. They chase Davy back to first base. So you got Jarofsky at third. Davy is on at first. Here's the pitch to Lebo with a runner going. They throw down to third base instead. Jarofsky is on the base, so got a stolen base there. So we got second and third and one out. And with the speed on the bases, yeah, unless it's like a little infield dribbler, a base hit most likely would score 2. It's already 4-0 on KDAO. And Lebo, next pitch. That's a strike called inside corner, 1-2. Lebo has to guard against the strikeout. Dietz would love to get the strikeout. Pete has grounded to the first baseman his first time up. If he does it again, it'll bring a run home in. But he wants more than that. Here comes the next pitch. Missed outside. 2-2 is the count. 6 base hits. And a walk for Grundy Center. Next pitch. Swing, and there's a shot to center field. Center fielder gets it. Jarofsky tags. He scores. Pete does his job on a sac fly to the center fielder. 5-0. Here's Meester. Ethan looking for the all-important 2-out RBI base hit. Good speed, of course, with Davy on its second. Ethan with an infield single his first time up. Swing, and he pops it up. The right fielder has to come in. Second baseman goes out. Second baseman makes the play. So a pop-up to the second baseman. The inning finally comes to an end, but that was a good one for Grundy Center. They scored 4 runs, and Grundy Center leads by a score of 5-0. And we're going to roll into the third inning. Grundy Center's up 5-0. I'll be back after this on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit CropRite.com. Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their 3rd consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Welcome back to Grundy Center Baseball on KDAO on a perfect night for high school baseball on this Tuesday night. Grundy Center, they're rated 6th in Class 2A, 8-1 record. They are 7-1 in the conference, and they're trying to keep track of Dayton New Hartford. Dayton New Hartford 7-1. Dayton New Hartford's playing Gladbrook-Rhinebeck. These two teams will meet on Thursday, but that game doesn't mean too much to Grundy Center if they lose tonight. But they're off to a nice start of 5-0 as we go to the third. They've out-hit this team 6-1, and now Davy has a 5-run cushion to work with. It's Moyer and then to the top of the order. So the 9th place hitter is going to lead things off, and Davy's first delivery is a strike call. So Davy got in a little trouble in the first inning with an error and a hit batsman. gave up a leadoff double, but then he struck out 2 in a row, and they also had a guy picked off base. That ball's in the dirt. So Davey gets the call tonight. 2-0, 16 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts now. There's a strike called outside corner. It's Moyer, and then to the top of the order, the tough hitter in Roethler, who's their best pitcher, but he's not pitching tonight, and he's the first baseman. And 1-2 is the count. And the next pitch. Swinging, there's a chopper. Tough play, backhanded by the shortstop. He throws out. Good job. Boy, that was deep in the hole, man. Meester went and got it. See, when you put Jarofsky in center field, when he usually plays shortstop, and you put Meester over at shortstop, and even when you take Davey out of center field, you replace him with Jarofsky so you don't lose anything. And as far as I can tell, if you take Jarofsky out of shortstop and replace him with Meester, you don't lose anything, man. So, ground ball to the shortstop. And here's a fine hitter, Lincoln Roethler. Batting .323. He's got 1 home run, and he pops it up. Lebo wants it, and there's no play. So again, good job by the shortstop, Meester. Now they got a tough cookie here in Lincoln Roethler. Beaumont. Denver, a fine team last year with 19 wins, but they lost a lot of seniors, man. Here comes the 0-1. Missed outside. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Grundy Center scored a run in the first on Jarofsky's home run. Put up 4 in the second. They've out-hit this team 6-1. Here comes the next pitch. Swing, and there's a fly ball. And Jarofsky comes in, makes the play. So, Davey doing a good job cutting down his pitches. I was a little concerned about that early because he threw a lot of pitches in the first inning, but he didn't throw too many in the second inning and not a whole lot here in the 3rd inning. And, oh, by the way, he set down 4 in a row. And here's Beaumont, who grounded to the second baseman his first time up. Missed outside. Grundy Center's out-hit this team 6-1. Grundy Center's also been given a hit batsman and a walk. 1-0 the count. And another pop-up. No play for Lebo. Nice crowd on a perfect night for high school baseball. The girls softball team played earlier tonight, lost to a fine Denver team by a score of 8-2. Here comes the 1-1. That missed outside. Meester threw a lot of pitches in inning number 1. He's really cut that down in the 2nd and 3rd innings. 2-1 is the count. Next pitch. There's a strike call. They really, really would, I don't know if he's on a leash tonight. And, of course, tomorrow night they'll just throw whoever to get through West Fork and then probably bring in Jarofsky on Thursday for Dyke New Hartford. Missed inside. I know you're not supposed to look ahead, but nowadays with this pitch count thing, coaches have to look ahead. I mean, they just have to. They still say 1 game at a time, but, I mean, they still are looking ahead. Here comes the 3-2. Swinging a chopper. Third baseman gets it, boots it, throws it, and actually he didn't throw it. He knew that he had no chance to throw him out. So it was way behind the third base bag, and Yoder did a good job getting to it, and he knocked it down. Might have to give an error on that one because had he fielded it cleanly, probably would have thrown him out. He knocked it down, and then he opted not to make a throw. This is Dietz, the pitcher. He popped up to the right fielder his first time up. So 2 quick outs. Now they got a runner on at first base. Denver still trailing, though, by a score of 5-0. He overthrew that one and got away from Lebo. So the runner goes down to second as they try to cut into the lead a little bit here. Dietz batting .282. He popped up to the right fielder his first time up. We're in the top of the 3rd. Grundy Center leads 5-0. Denver's had base runners on in every inning. They got a runner at second and 2 out. Swing, and there's a base hit. And they're going to bring the runner in. And here comes the throw. He is safe. So a 2-out RBI base hit by the pitcher Dietz. That's base hit number 2 for Denver. And they do indeed cut into this lead. It's now 5-1. So a nice 2-out single. So Dietz helps his own cause, and here's Smeltzer. He's the cleanup batter. He's the senior. He's the only senior in the lineup for this team. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. So the 2-out error and the wild pitch also hurt. And then the single by Dietz, who takes his lead. Swing, and there's a fly ball. Foul territory. No play. Top of the third, Grundy Center with a 5-1 lead. For Grundy Center in the bottom of the third, it'll be 5, 6, and 7, Slifer, Girdes, and Tatey. What will the score be? Missed outside as he overthrew that one. Grundy Center's well rested. They haven't played since Friday. Denver just knocked off Clabber-Kreinbeck last night. Throw over to first base. He dives back. Now, Davies already picked off one guy at third base. And Lebo's a good catcher behind the plate. So 2-1 is the count as Dietz takes his lead. And next pitch is a strike called inside corner. Davey is allowed 2 hits. There's been 2 errors. And he's hit a batter. 2-2. That missed outside. Braylon Moyer is in the on-deck circle. If Smeltzer can get on base. 3-2 is the count with 2 out. Next pitch, they missed that one. Again, it looks like he was trying to aim that thing. That's the first walk.
Second baseman number 4, Braylon Moyer.
So here's Braylon Moyer. Braylon struck out his first time up. This inning started out very drama-free for Grundy Center. Swing, and there's a smash off of Davies' glove. They go to second, though, for the out. Okay, Davey got a glove on it, and it was deflected to the second baseman for Grundy Center. We're talking about Lowy, and he threw to the shortstop, Beester. So a ground ball. So 1 run scores. We go to the bottom of the third. Slifer will lead it off. Grundy Center has a 5-1 lead. I will be back after this on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com. After tonight, now Andy Jennings is supposed to do a baseball game tomorrow night, East Marshall and West Marshall and Gilman. Hopefully the weather cooperates there. And then I'm going to be back doing Marshtown softball in Des Moines East at 7 on Thursday. Then I've got BCW softball to do with Colonesco at 6 p.m. on Friday night. Oh, and then guess what? I've got a parade to do in State Center at 10 a.m. And then actually I'm going to be back here next Monday night for a baseball game with East Marshall and Grundy Center. So there you go. Now we go into the bottom of the third. And the pitcher Dietz goes back to work. He's been roughed up a little bit. He's given up 6 hits. Jarofsky led the game off with a home run, and then Grundy Center had some fun in the second, rolled out 4 runs. And he'll deal with 5, 6, and 7. Ryder, Slifer, Hayden Girdes, Mason Tatey. If anybody gets on base, Luderman. Grundy Center's done a good job putting the ball in play. Haven't struck out. And here's Ryder. That missed upstairs. Ryder is grounded to the third baseman. Grundy Center has 6 base hits. They've also been given a walk. And no errors. Wild pitch is hurt. 2-0 is the count on Slifer. No walks yet issued. There's a strike call. If you're Denver, Dietz would just like to cut down on his pitch count, in the bottom of the third inning. Slifer leads it off. Next pitch. Swing, and there's a hot smash. Third baseman boots it. And the shortstop throws it, but he'll be safe. It was a hot smash. Third baseman couldn't handle it.
Left fielder, number 24, Hayden Gertis.
So the leadoff batter is on for the third time. Here's Gertis, batting .292. Hayden began that second inning when they scored 4 runs with a single. Actually, it was an infield single. Those first 2 hits were infield singles. Then there was a walk. That missed outside. Gertis batting .295 now. Had an infield single. Next pitch, missed outside. One and one is the count. Look back at the runner. In the dirt. Slifer reached base, got to second. Geerter stands in with a 2-1 count. 5-1 Spartans. Next pitch, high. Again, Dietz has thrown a lot of pitches. So Slifer with a leadoff error. Got to second base, 3-1. Almost hit him. And now they got Slifer in a rundown, and they go to second. They go to third base. They chase him back, and he's going to be tagged out. And that was a base running mistake by Grundy Center, where he is picked off. So that takes care of the leadoff batter. And here's Gertis. So Slifer was on second base, and he simply got picked off. And I believe the count is 3-2, I think. And the next pitch is a ground ball. Third baseman gets it. Good throw, long throw. First baseman scoops it. Good job. Good job by the third baseman. Then the first baseman made a nice scoop.
Batting seventh in the lineup, right fielder, number 10, Mason Tatey.
So here's Tatey batting .273. Mason had a single his first time up. And we have 2 out. And we're in the bottom of the third inning. Grundy Center had the leadoff man on, but that guy was picked off. We're talking about Slifer. 5-1, Grundy Center leads, bottom of the third inning. First pitch. Almost hit him. Missed inside. Tatey, freshman, right fielder, batting .273. He singled his first time up. Here comes the 1-0. Swinging, there's a pop-up. Who wants it? Actually, that ball is hit over the right fielder's head. I thought it was a pop-up, but it ends up being a double. I mean, the way he swung and made connection, I thought was just a little pop-up, and instead it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying over the right fielder's head, man. That's base hit number 7, so there's a double. I thought that was just a little pop-up, man. And it just kept carrying over the right fielder's head. Here's Luderman, the designated hitter, batting .390, good hitter. He walked his first time up. So what I thought was a little pop-up to the right fielder, instead went over the kid's head. And Mason's over at second base right now. That missed upstairs. And again, Dietz just throwing a lot of pitches. 1-0 is the count. Next pitch to Asher. Swinging a ground ball foul. We'll do it again. Coach Brown made a very poor effort at third base to try to field that ball. 1-1 is the count. Luderman steps back in, the 8th grader. He walked his first time up. 1-1 is the count. with a runner on second base. Swing, and there's a fly ball. Left fielder misjudged that thing, and it goes out of his glove, and the run scores. He really misjudged that thing. I think he caught it, and then it just popped out of his glove. He came in.
Number 1, Carson Lobby.
Yeah, he came in, and then he went back, and I think it was in his glove for a half a second. Then it just popped out. So there's another run. And Lobby is batting tonight. At first I thought he was being designated hit for, but I guess not. He actually came through with a 2-run single in that second inning, 6-1 Grundy Center. Next pitch. Strike call. It's all started with an error, but then Slifer got picked off, but then Tatey rebuilt things with a double. And then a ball that went over the left fielder's head. Actually, he caught it, and then he dropped it. So there's been a couple of errors here tonight for Denver. 2-1 is the count on Lobby. They would like to see Jarofsky lead off the fourth inning. They don't really want to face him with people on base, man. Here's the three. Now the count is 3-1. One walk, couple of errors. 3-1 is the count. Next pitch, way high. Here comes Jarofsky. Judd hit a home run his first time up.
Back at the top of the lineup, Grundy Center fielder.
Then he grounded the ball to the third baseman. It's 6-1. Grundy Center has 7 base hits. Jarofsky led the game off with a home run. Look back at second. Low outside. So a double and a miscue by the left fielder and a walk. Wild pitch is going to advance the runners. So Grundy Center earning it, and Denver helping them out just a little bit. Jarofsky looking for the all-important 2-out RBI base hit. You can't really pitch around him, man, because Davey is in the on-deck circle. It's a tough top of the order. Actually, 1 through 9 is good. The bottom of the order has been getting the job done tonight, too. So here comes the 2-0 to Judd Jarofsky. Here it is, outside. Almost looks like they have no interest in pitching to him, but you're going to roll the dice if you do this because Davey's a dang good hitter. And maybe I'm wrong. It just kind of looks like they have no interest to pitch to Judd. But then you've got a good hitter in the on-deck circle, so it's tough if you're playing Grundy Center, man. 3-0 is the count. Next pitch to Judd. That hits the inside corner. Judd has a home run tonight. He's grounded to the third baseman. Base hit most likely would score 2. It's already 6-1 Grundy Center. Next pitch is a walk. So that is the second walk. Here comes Davey.
Stop to the Spartans, pitcher number 5, Brady Davey.
Davey has popped up to the third baseman. And he has a base hit. An extra base hit would be fun if you're Grundy Center to see if Jarofsky could score from first base. Missed outside. I saw Davey hit a triple against Marshalltown in the first game of the year. Maybe it was the second game of the year. Anyway, 0-1 is the count as Denver tries to wriggle out of this big jam. Bases are loaded. High. So the bases are full. 2 out, 6-1. Next pitch to Davey. Swing, and he hits a ball. That's going to fall for a base hit. Cut off by the left fielder. Now he bobbles it. Jarofsky's going to try to score, and he is going to score. Woo! I said an extra base hit would be fun, and that's probably going to have to be a double and maybe an error because it did get by the left fielder, and he caught it. I mean, he got to it, and then he bobbled it. I think the bobble was just enough. So, but you know what? I feel very generous. We'll just give him a bases-loaded double and call it good. That makes the score 9-1. Well, we said that an extra base hit with Jarofsky, and he just made it look easy, man. He just basically walked home. Well, not really, but I mean, you know. Lebo takes a strike call outside corner. He hit it sharply, and it went past the left fielder, who got it and then kind of bobbled it. So if you want to nitpick, you could give an error on that, but I think I'll just give him a bases loaded double. That just sounds better. There's a strike called inside corner. It is now 9-1 on KDAO. And 0-2 is the count. And next pitch. Swing, and there's a ball hit to the center fielder, who's going to catch it for the out. So fly out to the center fielder. 4-run score, 3 on we'll call a bases loaded double by Davey. Grundy Center's got the big lead, 9-1. Fourth inning coming up next for you on KDAO.
Are you ready to make the most of your college experience? Look no further than Ellsworth Community College in Iowa Falls, Iowa. At Ellsworth, we offer a world of possibilities with 55 different academic programs to choose from. We also offer 8 NJCAA athletic programs and 2 club programs so you can get involved in the sport you love and be part of a winning team. Ellsworth Community College is where you can experience a 4-year education in just 2 years. Ready to take the first step? Visit us online at ellsworthcollege.com for more information or give us a call at 641-648-4611. Experience Ellsworth today.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball. Okay, so Davey was on a pitch count tonight. So Davey got the Spartans into the fourth inning. He'll be replaced by Ethan Meester, who's 1-0 with a .84 ERA. Looks like Jarofsky will go to short and Davey will go to center. And that's a pretty good defensive lineup. The lineup they had when Davey was pitching was good too. So, Grundy Center scored a run in the first on Jarofsky's home run, 4 in the second. They just scored 4 in the third. Pretty exciting bases loaded double by Davey. And Jarofsky can get around the bases, man. And he scored on the bases loaded double. Grundy Center has out-hit this team 9-2. There's also been a couple of errors and a walk. Okay, so in the fourth inning, it'll be 6, 7, and 8. Tyler Nuss, Max Pagel, Jackson Hine, if anybody gets on base, Moyer. So this will be the second pitcher, so who knows who they're going to throw tomorrow night against West Fork. If the weather allows, you know it's not going to be Jarofsky. There's a swing and a foul. My guess would be Meyer or Geerdes would get the call tomorrow night at West Fork. And then they bring Jarofsky in on Thursday against Dyke New Hartford. I know you're not supposed to look ahead, but nowadays with the pitch count thing, that's exactly what coaches do. Here comes the 0-1. And there's a chopper. And that's a line drive into center field for a base hit. So they greet Meester with a base hit. And now he tries to take second, and he gets thrown out. Well, that's the second base runner that they've lost tonight. So that was a single for Nuss. And then he tried to take second. He was out, so they've lost 2 base runners here tonight. And this is Pagel batting .200. Max has struck out his first time up. The second pitcher is Meester. And again, tomorrow night against West Fork, probably either Geerdes or Meyer. And then you hope you have to go into your bullpen too much, and then you bring in Jarofsky. Ground ball, third baseman. Gets it, long throw, out. Good play. So ground ball to the third baseman.
Batting 8th in the lineup for the Cyclones, designated hitter number 9, Jackson Hine.
Here's Hine, the designated hitter. Jackson tonight has struck out. This team has 3 base hits. Grundy Center has 9, including a home run by Jarofsky and a bases loaded double by Davey. And in the bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be Meester, Schleifer, and Geerdes. And you know exactly what Grundy Center would like to do. Score 2 in the 9, score 2 in the 4th, and then get out of the 5th inning and go home early. There's a strike called outside corner. 1-1 is the count with 2 out. So, leadoff single, but then he was thrown out trying to go to second. Then you had a ground ball to the third baseman. And the 1-1, here it is. Overthrew that one in the dirt. Top of the 4th inning, Grundy Center trying to go to 9-1. More importantly, or just as importantly, 8-1 in the conference. And Grundy Center, of course, is rooting for Gladbach Rhinebeck tonight because that's who Dyke to Hartford is playing. So, 2-1 is the count. Next pitch. Again, he overthrew that one. Dyke to Hartford and Grundy Center are tied 7-1 in the conference, and their game coming up on Thursday night. 3-1 is the count. Meester, next pitch. Here it is. There's a walk. So you have an 8-run lead. Don't want to be walking people.
Now batting for the Denver Cyclones, shortstop number 20, Merrick Moyer.
Grundy Center really, really, really wanted Moyer, the 9th place hitter, to lead off the 5th inning, but that was not to be. And instead now, they don't really want to pitch to Rothler with anybody on base, even though they do have an 8-run lead. Rothler is in the on-deck circle. There's a strike call. Moyer tonight is grounded to the shortstop. Grundy Center has a lead of 9-1, top of the 4th. Long look, batter steps out. For Grundy Center in the bottom of the 4th, Meester, Schleifer, Geerdes. They've scored in every inning. They have 9 base hits, and they lead this thing by a score of 9-1. Next pitch. Swinging, there's a little pop fly, and that's going to be caught. Great play. Right in front of second base. By Jarofsky. He made a great play. There was a little pop-up towards the second baseman, and he came all the way over from his shortstop position and caught it for the out. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You know what Grundy Center's thinking. It's 9-1. I'll be back right after this on KDAO Radio and KDAO.com.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit croprite.com.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball on KDAO, NICL Baseball on a perfect night for high school baseball. And the Denver Cyclones come to town. They were a fine team last year. And then along with everything else, you know, Grundy Center, I don't know how much they pay attention to this stuff, but Grundy Center is also trying to beat this team for the first time in a long time. You know, Denver has won the last 6 ball games against Grundy Center. So there's that. Grundy Center lost last year. As like I said, they lost 6 in a row to this team. And Denver was a fine team last year at 19-8, but they're kind of starting over with a lot of new faces. And Grundy Center's out-hit this team 9-3. They've also been given 2 walks, and there's been a couple of errors as well. And some of the sexy plays have been the home run by Jarofsky and the bases loaded double by Davey. And we have a new pitcher, and that's Beaumont, Cannon Beaumont. He was the catcher. So, for Grundy Center here in the bottom of the 4th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Meester, Schleifer, Geerdes. If anybody gets on base, Tatey. And Grundy Center's thinking, let's get 2, and then let's retire him in the 5th inning and go home early. In theory, anyway. Grundy Center's had a leadoff batter on in the first 3 innings. Here we go, bottom of the 4th. Ethan steps in with his .400 batting average. Swinging, there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop gets it, throws it out. So that's a good start as they retire the leadoff batter. Here's Slifer, righter tonight. Has grounded to the third baseman. And he has a base hit. Slifer batting 192. Geertis is in the on-deck circle. It's 9-1 Grundy center over his head. So the leadoff batter has been retired for the first time tonight. One and one is the count. 9-1 the score. Swinging, there's a long fly ball, and that's going to leave the park. That's going to leave the park. I'll be darned. The second home run of the game. This team came in with no home runs. Now they've hit 2, and it's 10-1. So Slifer reaches back for a little muscle and pounds the ball over the fence for the second home run of the night and the second home run of the year. And now it's 10-1. They had no home runs going into this game. Slifer touches them all. Here comes Geertis. It's 10-1.
Now batting for the Spartans, left fielder number 24, Hayden Gertis.
That's the 10th hit of the night and the second home run. So here's Geertis with one out after the home run. Missed outside. Hit him.
Batting seventh in the lineup for the Spartans, right fielder number 10, Mason Tatey.
Here's Tatey. So that's the, I think that's only the, well, that's the first hit batsman. Snap throw over to first base. Geertis gets back in time. This is Tatey. Mason tonight has a single, and he has a double. Swinging a fly ball, foul. We'll do it again. And the 0-1 is headed home. Swing and a miss. Throw down to first base, second base. Not in time. Another stolen base. That's stolen base number 3 for Grundy Center. That's a potential winning run at second base. Let's see what Tatey can do. He hits a ground ball. They have to retrieve a ball in the outfield. That was the home run ball. Somebody must have taken that ball and thrown it back into play. Huh. Well, now Geertis has gotten into second, has gotten into third base, so a lot of things will get that potential winning run home. And, of course, Denver, they want the strikeout here or the pop-up, and an 0-2, here it is. Swing, and there's a fly ball, and I think that's going to go over the left fielder's head. That's going to score the run. There's another double. Tatey with his third hit of the night and his second double. It's an RBI. That makes the score 11-1.
Now batting for the Spartans, designated hitter number 13, Asher Luderman.
So here's Asher Luderman. So this team has went deep. I mean, you know, Grundy Center usually doesn't hit many, but they've had doubles. They've hit the ball over the left fielder's head. They've hit 2 home runs. This is Luderman. And he has a walk tonight. And he's grounded out. And it's 11-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Grundy Center's 3 outs away from a win. It's 11-1. And also trying to break a 6-game losing streak against this team. Ashton. Next pitch. That's a strike call. A home run by Slifer, a hit batsman. Then a double. It's 11-1. 1-1 is the count. That missed inside. So Asher, designated hitter, just an 8th grader, batting .390. Yoder's in the on-deck circle. I'm sorry, Lobby's in the on-deck circle. Swinging a foul straight back. Denver would just as soon not to see the top of the order again. I think they're done seeing Jarofsky and Davey, etc. But I tell you what, the bottom of the order has been pretty dang good too. Actually, it's been 1 through 9 tonight, a total team effort for Grundy Center. They lead by a score of 11-1, and there's a pop-up, and who wants it? The first baseman comes in and makes the play. Runner stays at second.
Up to bat for Grundy Center, number 1.
Here's Lobby. He has a 2-run single tonight, and he's walked. And again, Denver would just as soon not see Jarofsky, who's lurking in the on-deck circle. It's 11-1. First pitch. In the dirt. Runner at second. That's Tatey. He's there with his double. He has 2 doubles tonight, as a matter of fact. Grundy Center has pounded out 12 hits to go along with 2 walks and a hit batsman. And there's a fly ball. Right fielder comes and gets it for the out. So they score 2 more runs. Grundy Center's 3 outs away from an early victory. We go to the 5th. Grundy Center leads 11-1. I'll be back after this.
Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their 3rd consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
You're listening to Central Iowa High School Baseball on KDAO Radio. You're also watching this game on KDAO.com. And Grundy Center is hoping for an early night. They're 3 outs away from a win as they lead 11-1 in the top of the 5th inning. In his 2nd inning of work is Meester. And he faces a tough top of the order, though. It's going to be Rothler, Beaumont, and Dietz. This team needs a base runner to have a chance. It's 11-1. Lincoln has home run power, so you can't groove it for him, and you don't want to hit him, as the first pitch almost hit him, and you don't want to walk the leadoff batter when you have a 10-run lead, you know. There's a lot of things you don't want to do when you have a 10-run lead in the 5th inning. Swinging, there's a pop-up. Jarofsky wants it. Jarofsky didn't even have to move for the out, so that's a really good out on a tough hitter. So 2 Grundy Center pitchers have held this team to 3 base hits. Grundy Center trying to go to 9-1, 8-1 in the conference. And then they'll see what happens with Dike New Hartford tonight. Then they have to take care of business with West Fork on Wednesday if the weather allows, setting up the big game. I'm pretty sure that Jarofsky would throw on Thursday night for Grundy Center and Dike New Hartford. But Dike New Hartford threw their best pitcher last night, so I don't know who they're going to come back with on Thursday. And, yeah, I know you're not supposed to look ahead, but that's what coaches do. Yet nowadays with pitch counts and things like that, you have to look ahead. So Rothler was retired, and here is Beaumont. He's actually the pitcher of record right now. 1-0 is the count, overthrew that one. So Davey got the guys into the 4th inning, and then Meester took over and gave up a leadoff single, but that guy was out trying to go to second base, and then he gave up a 2-out walk. but no damage. There's a strike call. Spartans are 2 outs away from a win. That would put them at 9-1 overall, 8-1 in the conference, and they are rated 6th in Class 2A. I know they say gritty, not pretty, but they were actually kind of pretty tonight with a bunch of doubles and a bases-loaded double and 2 home runs, man. That one just missed outside. 2-1 is the count. Top of the 5th inning, Grundy Center scored 1 in the first on Jarofsky's home run, 4 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Here we are in the 5th. 3-1 is the count. Don't want to be walking anybody with a 10-run lead. And he hits the outside corner. Denver has 3 base hits tonight. And they've struck out 3 times. There's been a walk and there's been a hit batsman. 3-2 is the count. Next pitch from Meester. Here it is. High. There's a walk. Grundy Center doesn't really want any drama here. Here's Dietz.
Up to that for the Cyclones, pitcher number 12, Ryan Dietz.
So here's Dietz. He popped up to the right fielder, and he has an RBI single. They hold against the runner, but he actually doesn't mean anything. There's a strike call. If he wants to steal a base, they probably would let him. They would like to get this thing wrapped up here in the 5th inning, but a 1-out walk here. When you walk people, bad things usually tend to happen. We'll see what happens here as Meester tries to wriggle out of this mild jam in the 5th inning. Runner not going. Swing, and there's a fly ball, and the right fielder can't get to it. It's going to bounce off the fence, and they're going to hold the runner. So there's a long double. Okay. So Denver with an opportunity here. So you got second and third and 1 out now.
Fielder number 8, John Smeltzer.
Here's Jonathan Smeltzer. And Braden Moyer would bat next. Spartans ahead 11-1, but some life for Denver with a walk and a double. That's their 4th base hit of the night. Swinging, there's a ground ball. Jarofsky freezes the man at third. Good job by Jarofsky. He froze the runner at third, and there was no way he could score, and then he had plenty of time to throw him out. So, here's Moyer. It's up to Moyer to see whether or not this game's going to continue. A wild pitch, a pass ball, a balk would all bring the run home. Moyer's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground ball. That missed upstairs. A 1-out walk, then a double, then a ground ball to Jarofsky at short, who did a good job freezing the runner at third. It's 11-1 on KDAO. Next pitch. That's in the dirt. So Meester comes in with a 1-out walk and a double. Moyer trying to get something done here. 11-1. Next pitch. Overthrew that one. Missed inside. And here comes Coach Brown. You can just tell the way he's walking. He is not amused. As the Spartans had a 10-run lead, and they still have a 10-run lead, but a walk and a double, and now 3-0. And we're going to change pitchers. So I don't think Coach Brown wanted to do that. But that's what happened, and Meyer's going to come into the game. So Britt Meyer comes into the game. I don't think he wanted to do this, but Meester was nowhere close on those 3 pitches. So here comes Britt Meyer. He comes into the game. So Denver's got second and third. It's 11-1 in the 5th inning. Meyer takes some warm-up tosses. I'll be back after this on KDAO.
Are you ready to make the most of your college experience? Look no further than Ellsworth Community College in Iowa Falls, Iowa. At Ellsworth, we offer a world of possibilities with 55 different academic programs to choose from. We also offer 8 NJCAA athletic programs and 2 club programs so you can get involved in the sport you love and be part of a winning team. Ellsworth Community College is where you can experience a 4-year education in just 2 years. Ready to take the first step? Visit us online at ellsworthcollege.com for more information or give us a call at 641-648-4611. Experience Ellsworth today.
Welcome back, Central Iowa High School Baseball on KDAO. Grundy Center has an 11-1 lead. They were hoping to wrap this things up in the 5th inning, but a 1-out walk and a 1-out double, that put runners on at second and third. And then there was a ground ball to the shortstop, and Jarofsky did a good job of freezing the runner at third. But then Meester quickly fell behind 3-0, and Coach Brown, he came out and pulled the trigger. So now you bring in Britt Meyer. This is the third pitcher tonight. So Meyer has a 2-1 record. So he also inherits a 3-0 count on Moyer with Tyler Nuss in the on-deck circle. So he inherits a 3-0 count. Moyer batting .293. A base hit would score 2 and prolong this game. Well, that time he overthrew that one, and there's a walk, and now the bases are loaded. So there's an out at every base, and here comes Nuss, but there's also no place to put Nuss.
Center fielder number 2, Tyler Nuss.
Nuss has a double tonight, and he has a single, so he's a tough hitter, and there's no place to put him. His batting average is up to .280, and the bases are loaded now. Grundy Center 1 out away from a win, but they've got the bases loaded, and that's in the dirt, and a good play by Lebo. So the last 5 pitches have been nowhere near the strike zone here for Grundy Center. And here's Nuss with a 1-0. Again, nowhere near the strike zone. So the bases are loaded. That's 5 in a row that's missed badly out of the strike zone. Lebo just prevented a wild pitch. So 3-0 is the count. And again, Meyer nowhere near the strike zone. So a 3-0 count, that would walk a run home and prolong this game. 3-0 is the count. Next pitch, strike call. Runner took a step towards first base. So that's the first strike thrown in a long, long time. Bases are loaded. 5th inning. 11-1. A walk would prolong this game. Next pitch. That's in the dirt. Now it's 11-2. Coach Brown is not pleased. Just bad things happen when you walk people. Now it's 11-2, so we will have a bottom of the 5th inning. And this 5th inning isn't over. So here's Max Pagel. There's a strike call. With 1 out, we had a walk, a double, and then 2 walks. Just bad things happen when you walk people. And Meester trying to get out of this jam. It's 11-2. Swing, and there's a hot smash to the first baseman for the out. So they do score 1 run, and they prolong this game. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Grundy Center has an 11-2 lead. Coach Brown is not amused, but the top of the order with Jarofsky, Davey, and Lebo. Grundy Center now has a lead of 11-2 with a chance to win it. They need a runner for a start. It's 11-2. Grundy Center leads. I'll be back after this on KDAO.
For your commercial or agricultural projects, trust D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard. D&B Agrosystems is a turnkey operation for commercial and on-the-farm solutions. At D&B, they offer grain storage, handling, and dry systems for all sizes of operation. For more than 40 years, D&B has built a name of consistently delivering quality products and prompt, reliable service at competitive prices. For complete details on what D&B Agrosystems of Hubbard can do for your operation, visit dnbsystems.com.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball on KDAO. Grundy Center, they were hoping to wrap this thing up in the top of the 5th. It was not meant to be. Now we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. Grundy Center has out-hit this team 12-4. But in that last inning, Grundy Center also gave up 3 walks. And bad things happen when you walk people. So for Grundy Center, and for this pitcher, for Denver, we're talking about Beaumont. He's got the tough top of the order that's been very productive tonight. Jarofsky, Davey, Lebo. Judd has a home run. If he hits another home run, would win this game. He has a ground ball to the third baseman, and he has a walk. Grundy Center has hit 2 home runs tonight. They came into the season with no home run, so a home run would win it. Bottom of the 5th inning. Grundy Center lead now 11-2. And that missed. Along with their 12 base hits, they've also been given a walk, and there's been a hit batsman. Swing, and there's a fly ball right to the center fielder, who comes in and makes the play. So I'll pop up to the center fielder. Here comes Davey. He popped up to the third baseman. He has a single, and then he had a bases loaded double. Bottom of the 5th. Denver trying to string this thing out all the way. They were in trouble, but they were able to scratch out a run in the 5th on a double and 3 walks. Next pitch, missed outside. They'd like to get Davey on base because you know what he's capable of doing. He's popped up to the third baseman. He has a single, and he had a bases loaded double. Next pitch is a strike call. Grundy Center never went down in order, 1, 2, 3. If there is a 6th inning, it'll be the bottom 2 and then to the top of the order for Denver. Ball gets away. 3-1 is the count. Yep, they'd love to get Davey on base, and then if Davey gets on base, you know dang well what he's going to try to do. Oh, by the way, they've also stolen 3 bases tonight. So, 3-1 is the count. And next pitch. Swinging, there's a chopper to the shortstop. Shortstop's got to come in. He's got to make a throw, and he is going to make it. Good job. They caught Davey by a step. So ground ball to the shortstop. And here's Lebo. As Denver tries to get this thing to the 6th. They were in danger of being eliminated, but they were able to scratch out a run in the 5th inning to stay alive. And Lebo steps in. They've never had a 1-2-3 inning. Swinging, there's a pop fly foul. Pete tonight is grounded to the first baseman, and he has a sacrifice fly to the center fielder. Oh, and he's also flied out to the center fielder. Actually, he's flied out to the center fielder twice. One, though, brought home a run. 0-1 is the count with 2 out. Grundy Center's never had a 1-2-3 inning. Denver could use a 1-2-3 inning. It's 11-2. Swing, and he smashes it, but the center right fielder is right there for the out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning. So we will have a 6th inning. And they'll bring in Hine and Moyer, and then to the top of the order with Roethler. So Grundy Center has had to go into their pitching a little deeper than what I think they wanted to. Davey got him to the 3rd. And then they've brought in 2 other pitchers since then, and there's no way they want to bring Jarofsky into this game. So, Grundy Center has the lead of 11-2. And Meyer goes back to work. I'll take a quick break, and I'll be back after this on KDAO.
Jake Pelham of CropRite of Grundy Center wants to help you take your business to the next level. CropRite of Grundy Center offers best-in-class agronomy products along with top-tier service. Jake thanks his loyal customers for their continued support. And if you haven't met him yet, he invites you to let him earn your business. Contact Jake at 641-751-5313. Stop by at 301 North Park Avenue in Grundy Center or visit croprite.com.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball. As Grundy Center trying to snap a 6-game losing streak against Denver. They do have a lead of 11-2, but you know they wanted to wrap this thing up in the 5th inning. But Denver was able to scratch out a run. They have 4 base hits tonight, but in that 5th inning, they were given 3 walks and a double. So as we said, nothing good happens when you walk people. And Grundy Center just went down in order for the first time in the 5th inning, and here we are in the 6th inning. And it'll be Hine. And he hits a ground ball foul. Jackson Hine is a designated hitter. He is struck out and he's walked. Meyer is the third pitcher for Grundy Center. 0-1. That's in the dirt. Denver has 4 base hits. There's been a hit batsman. There's been an error. And then 4 walks. 3 came in that 5th inning when they scored that run. Missed. 2-1 is the count. Top of the 6th. Nobody on, nobody out. 2-1. That's in the dirt. So they started things off with Davey, then they went to Meester, then they went to Meyer. They could still bring in Gerardus if they need to. And there's no way they want to bring in Jarofsky. There's just no way. And then they'll figure out who to pitch tomorrow night. So there's a foul. 3-2 is the count. Now, Denver has never had a 1-2-3 inning either. I mean, they've had base runners on in every base, in every inning. 3-2 is the count. And swing, and there's a fly ball. It'll be foul. So Denver doing a good job with some good at-bats, making Grundy Center throw pitches. Leadoff batter here in the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 is the count. And another foul ball. It's Hine, Moyer, and then to the tough top of the order with Rothler. Grundy Center was wanting to wrap this thing up in the 5th, but they scratched out a run, and now it's 11-2. 3-2 is the count. And there's another foul ball. So again, a good at bat here by the freshman against Meyer, the senior. And 3-2 is the count. And next pitch, hit him. It would have been ball 4 anyway. So the leadoff batter is on by a hit batsman.
Now batting for Denver, shortstop number 20, Merrick Moyer.
So here's Moyer, the shortstop. He is grounded to the shortstop, and he's popped up to the shortstop. So Grundy Center helping this team a little bit. And there's a foul ball. They've also had good at-bats as they make Meyer throw pitches. So a leadoff batter gets on base. It would have been ball 4 anyway, but I'm pretty sure it hit him. And the next pitch missed upstairs. So the Grundy Center pitchers, they just have had problems in the last 3 innings finding the strike zone. In the last 2 innings, they have walked 4 and hit a batter. Snap throw down to first base. And the runner is back in time. 2-1 is the count. In the 6th inning, for Grundy Center, it'll be Meester, Schleifer, and Gears. What will the score be? As they have their leadoff batter on, they've never been retired. 1-2-3 in this game. 2-1 is the count. Missed outside. Again, pretty much behind all the hitters in about the last inning and a half. They really haven't been ahead of too many of the hitters here since that 4th inning. We're now in the 6th. 11-2, Grundy Center leads, 3-1. Swing, and there's a little pop-up, chased by the first baseman in foul territory. Denver has 4 base hits. But there's also been 2 hit batsmen and an error. And the big thing is 4 walks, and all those walks have hurt tonight, especially in the last inning of the 5th inning. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. They've done a good job of putting the ball in play. That's only the 4th strikeout. And actually, that's the first strikeout, man, since the 2nd inning. Now here's Rothler. He's a tough hitter. They've done a decent job on him. He's reached on an error. He's popped up to the center fielder, and he's also popped up to the shortstop. And he hit the foul ball. Top of the 6th inning. Grundy Center went down in order in the 5th, and in the 6th, they'll send in Meester, Schleifer, and Geerdes. 0-1 is the count. Runner not going, swinging a foul. I think fouled it off his foot. Grundy Center girls tonight lost to a good Denver team by a score of 8-2. It's 11-2 here. And Grundy Center is going to roll out another pitcher. So Grundy Center is going to roll out another pitcher, and his Riggs Yoder. So Davey started. Then we went to Meester, and then Meyer, and then Riggs Yoder. So he takes his warm-up tosses. Spartan pitchers have had some problems finding the strike zone. I'll be back right after this.
Discover Creekside Assisted Living in Grundy Center, where comfort, care, and connection come together. With their 3rd consecutive deficiency-free rating, you can trust the quality and compassion of their team at Creekside. Enjoy on-site therapies, transportation to appointments, and personalized support that makes every day simple and fulfilling. At Creekside, life is about living well, your way. Take a virtual tour or schedule your visit today at creeksidegrundy.com.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball on KDAO. Been kind of a long game here. A lot of base runners. There's only been 1-1-2-3 inning. Grundy Center was 3 outs away from an early victory in the 5th, but Denver scratched out a run, helped by 3 walks and a double. And now here in the 6th, Grundy Center just goes to their 4th pitcher tonight. I don't think they wanted to get this deep in their bullpen. They still got a game tomorrow night. And then the Dike New Hartford thing on Thursday. And they got their best hitter up here, so let's see what Riggs Yoder can do. And Rothler. And there's 1 out. Yoder comes in. And there's a pop-up. Foul, backing out of play. And again, we mentioned there's no way they want to bring Jarofsky into this game. Grundy Center has an 11-2 lead. And the runner takes his lead from first. He swings and hits the ball to the left fielder who comes in and makes the play. They've done a good job on this hitter. I mean, Lincoln came in batting .323. He's been on base 1 time tonight, reached on an error.
Batting second in the lineup for the Cyclones, catcher number 15, Kanan Beaumont.
So here's Beaumont. Started out as the catcher. He has he's grounded the ball to the second baseman. And he's reached on an error, and he's walked. And he leans back from one. So Yoder comes in. For Grundy Center in the bottom of the 6th, it'll be Meester, Schleifer, Geerdes. They went down in order in the 5th. 1-0 is the count. Swing and a miss. So Yoder comes in, tries to put out the fire here in the top of the 6th inning on KDAO. It's 11-2. Next pitch in the dirt. Lebo does a good job saving it, and he flips it back to Yoder, who goes back up on top. It's 11-2 Grundy Center. They had an 11-1 lead in the 5th inning, but Denver prolonged the game by scratching out a run. Swinging a pop fly foul. Grundy Center's out hit this team 12-4, but they've also hit 2 people, and then they've walked 4 people, and those 3 walks in the 5th inning, that led to the run, and that's why we're here in the 6th inning. Almost hit him. 3-2 is the count. Grundy Center's 8-1. Denver is 4-8. 3-2. Swing, and that's going to be a base hit. That's going to fall. So Beaumont on base.
Now batting, pitcher number 12, Ryan Dietz.
So here's Dietz. Started out as a pitcher tonight. And tonight Ryan has popped up to the right fielder. He has an RBI single, and he has a double. So Denver not going quietly into the night. That's their 5th base hit of the night. And this is the 4th Grundy Center pitcher. High, ball 1. The last inning where they scored a run started with a walk. This inning started with a hit batsman. 1-0 is the count. Next pitch. Hit the outside corner. We're in the top of the 6th. Grundy Center leads by a score of 11-2. 1-1 is the count. High. The 4th Grundy Center pitcher of the night. So we'll see what they do tomorrow night at West Fork. If the game's allowed to be played, one would assume they'd bring Jarofsky in on Thursday. The 2-1. That missed outside. So 3-1 is the count as Denver threatens to load the bases. And here comes the 3-1. That hits the outside corner. This inning started with a hit batsman. We have runners on at first and second. Next pitch to Dietz. And the 3-2, he steps out. Of course, the runners will be going. 3-2 with 2 out. Dietz steps back in. And the 3-2 is headed home. And he walks him. So now the bases are loaded. That's one.
Now batting for the Cyclones, right fielder number 8, John Smeltzer.
That's 5 walks to go along with 2 hit batsmen and an error and 3 base hits.
Now batting number 21, Reese Dietz.
This is Reese Dietz, and he's an 8th grader. And he pops it up. First baseman in foul territory wants it and catches it. So Grundy Center gets out of that jam. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Grundy Center has the lead of 11-2. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Meester, Slifer, Geerdes. Grundy Center leads 11-2. I'll be back after this on KDAO.
Navigating mortgages can be very complex. Start your journey with the lending team at GNB Bank. We're committed to getting you to your next home. We offer both fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages to fit your specific needs. Our experienced lenders help guide you through the process. You can make payments or receive customer service at your local GNB Bank office. Whatever your dream home looks like, we'll point you in the right direction at GNB Bank.
Welcome back to Central Iowa High School Baseball. Turned out to be kind of a long baseball game. We've had a lot of base runners here. And Grundy Center, they were 3 outs away from ending this thing in the 5th inning. But Denver, to their credit, scratched out some runs. And the Grundy Center pitchers kind of helped them a little bit with 5 walks and 2 hit batsmen. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Now Grundy Center, they haven't had a base runner since the 4th. As they went down in order, 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. And Grundy Center, they would like to get a run here and end this game in the 6th. That's what they wanted to do in the 5th, but it didn't work out for them that way. And here is 4, 5, and 6. We'll have Ethan Meester, Ryder Slifer, Hayden Geerdes. As Denver tries to prolong this thing into the 7th inning. We're in the bottom of the 6th now, so kind of a long game. Home run would win it. Grundy Center's already actually hit two home runs tonight. Meester has an infield single. He's popped up to the second baseman, and he's grounded out to the shortstop. Grundy Center has 13 hits. Really only one walk, actually 2 walks, and a hit batsman. Well, there's a hit batsman. There's a winning run. So Meester gets plunked. Here comes Slifer.
First baseman, number 19, Ryder Slifer.
Last time up, Slifer hit a home run. They've hit 2 tonight. First 2 of the year. Ryder's also grounded to the third baseman, and he has a base hit. Runner on at first. Missed outside. Slifer hit a home run. That was in the 4th. It's 11-2 right now in the bottom of the 6th. High. Grundy Center trying to get that winning run over to second base. Slifer with 2 hits, and snap throw over to first base. Meester with a got hit, and that's the 4th time they've had the leadoff batter on here in this game. 2-0 is the count. In the dirt, gets away, so the runner will go down to second base on the wild pitch. Base hit most likely would win this thing. Slifer already has a home run tonight and a base hit, and it's 11-2. So Meester, good speed at second. 3-0 is the count. Missed, ball 4. And that's actually
Up top of the Spartans, left fielder, number 24.
the third walk, only the third walk. So here's Geerdes. Again, a base hit. Most likely would score that one and win this game. There's a strike call. Hayden with an 0-1. And he swings and misses at a good change. He has a single, and he's grounded out to third base. And he's also been hit by a pitch. 0-2 is the count. High. If we have a 7th inning, I believe it'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Denver. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a foul straight back. So Meester got hit by a pitch. Slifer draws a walk. This is Geerdes. 1-2 is the count. In the dirt. 2-2. Base hit most likely would win this game. 2-2 is the count. Swing, and there's a pop-up. And that's going to be chased by the center fielder, who catches it for the out. Center fielder came in a long ways, made the play. So pop-up to the center fielder.
Now batting 7th in the lineup for Grundy Center, right fielder, number 10, Mason Tatey.
Here's Mason Tatey. Again, a base hit most likely would win this game. Mason has a single. He's had a good night, man. He has a single and 2 doubles. And Mason's batting average is past 280 right now, the freshman. Trying to bring home the game winner. Missed inside. Grundy Center trying to go to 8-1. I'm sorry, 9-1, 8-1 of the conference. 1-0 is the count. Swing, and there's a pop fly. Dyke New Hartford, whom they play on Thursday and whom they're tied with in first place in the conference, is playing Gladbrook Rhinebeck tonight. 1-1 is the count. Next pitch. Missed inside. Mason Tatey, the freshman. A good night tonight. Couple of doubles. 2-1 is the count on him. Meester got hit by a pitch. He's over there at second base. Overthrew that one in the dirt. So Meester's on second. Slifer is the trailer at first. And there's one out. And there's a walk. So now the winning run is on at third. So here's Asher Luderman. Asher, is batting .390. No place to put him. That missed upstairs. He has a walk, and he's grounded out, and he's popped up. That missed outside. No place to put him, man. A walk would win this game. It's 11-2 on KDAO. 2-0 is the count. May take a pitch. Well, instead he's going to fly it out, and that's going to go over the left fielder's head, and that will score the run. And that makes the final score 12-2. Meister, who got hit by the pitch, trots home. And Grundy Center finally is able to dispatch Denver, as Denver got in trouble in the sixth inning on a hit batsman. And a couple of walks. And then Asher with a little bloop single over the left fielder's head. That's base hit number 13. So Grundy Center wanted to wrap this up. I don't think they wanted to throw all the pitchers they had tonight, but they did. So all's well that ends well. And they win this thing 12-2. 13 hits, including a couple of home runs, man, which usually they don't do. So Grundy Center improves to 9-1. More importantly, they're 8-1 in the conference. And oh, by the way, they just snapped a 6-game losing streak to Denver. Now, if the weather permits, they'll go to West Fork on Wednesday night, and then the big showdown with Dike New Hartford. So Grundy Center gets it done tonight. I think they threw a few more pitches than they wanted to, but all's well that ends well. 12-2 the final score. We hope you've enjoyed the action. It's been a sports presentation of KDAO. Good evening.
Tonight's game was made possible by
CropRite,
Creekside Grundy Center,
GNB Bank,
Ellsworth Community College,
D&B Agro Systems.
This has been a special sports presentation of KDAO.